Okay, hello everyone. Thanks for dropping by. Hope you're all doing well. Well, this is my evil Minion stove. So I brought it in from outside and I hooked it up. Now, a little bit of paint on it. I don't have yellow, blah blah blah. On it goes. But when I get paint, I'll finish the painting process, obviously. But I don't have it today. But what I'm going to do is I've changed the setup within the Minion now so that it's not running the same burner setup it was that I was using it when it was outside, where I could, shoot a flame 6 feet into the air. It's not set up like that anymore. So, sorry for the poor lighting. It's getting dark. This is my my filler pipe. There's the copper pipe down the bottom. I think you can see it. Let's see. Yeah, you can just see it here. Okay, so that's the copper pipe. It's that's the oil feed to the system. Okay, so this is the burner unit, propane tank, turbo torch bottle, which I described in some previous videos. If you want any information on that, you can check them out. But anyway, and some mild steel 3-inch, and I rolled it, made a circle, cut a bit of plate for the bottom of it, stuck it all together, just welded, and this is welded in as well, obviously. So that's a complete burner unit, and it's very, very, very good. So it goes in simply. That's it. It gets its air through that little hole that was in the bottom, and it works great. So the only thing I do with that now is that's the unit in. I cut a slot out of a car brake disc. Okay, and that's just to kind of assist it. It stops the flame heading straight for the outlet, and on top of that, it gets red hot. So eventually, as the gases are going by it, it ignites any, or some at least, of the unburned gases. So that's the setup. I'm going to light it now and show you how it works. Okay, so simple setup. I'm not going to put all of that in. That's just kerosene. Put a squirt of it in. Okay, most of it's still in the bottle. Fire lighter. And this is just to give it a bit of assistance. Normally I'd hit this with a turbo torch, but I can't today. Okay, so, and you can see the suction on this thing wants to pull the smoke up. Okay, and that's it. There's no whoosh yet. Like, it's not gasoline, it's not petrol. Okay, so I'm going to switch off the background light so you can see this a bit better. Okay, now it's very windy here at the moment, but once it gets that the metal in there a little bit warm, it'll vaporize the kerosene, which will burn more vigorously then. And just in a minute then I'll add the oil. So you'll be able to see the oil going in up here. It's just dropped in from a bucket over here. Okay, so you can hear that it's going a bit more vigorous now. Okay, so there's a stream of oil going in. Let's see if I can zoom in on that for you. Yeah, so that's the oil that's going in at the minute. And let's zoom back out. Okay. So I've more to do with the stove. Obviously, it's just a novelty thing. But I'm more interested in how it's working at the minute, because it has to heat this space for me. With that separating plate in the middle with the hole in it, and two compartments, the bottom being separate where his belly is, separate from his face, if you like, from the top part, his head. It gives me lots and lots of options for different types of burners. I can make this very easily a forced air type burner. Just all I have to do is add air. If you can see that pipe over here, just drive that and boom. I've got a forced air waste oil heater. Very, very easy. I've done quite a few videos the last couple of days. I've had a couple of days off, and they will have been posted, hopefully, if everything works chronologically, before this one. So definitely wants a coat of paint, right, to make it look nice. But at the moment, as I don't have that paint, I might be able to get some tomorrow. I'm very interested in how it's going to work. I had that other stove working here this morning, this old cast iron thing, and it's not a bad stove. It needs a bit of black, so I'm going to pick up some black paint, give that a coat of paint as well. And well, I wasn't minding the oil while talking. It was a bit heavy going in. Maybe on a computer screen or something you could have seen that, I'm not sure. So this is normally aspirated. There's a 4 meter flue drawing on this, so the heat's going straight up that flue. But there's no fan or anything like that on it. Just working straight into the atmosphere. At the moment it's burning waste motor oil. It could just as easily be burning waste vegetable oil. I'm almost out of motor oil, and I do have some veggie oil. So this is the last of the motor oil now. And I find I can just mix and match. So that bucket, when I get to the end of the motor oil, I'll just tip in some veggie oil and off we go. Okay, so we'll give that a few minutes to heat up and take off, and I'll show you more in a few minutes. Okay, hello everyone again. So here's my evil Minion. Now it's not, I threw some blue paint on it, but don't consider it a paint job, because I need to get some yellow, I need to get some more blue, I need to get some black, grey, all of that. But I just put it on just to tidy it up a little bit. So it's now in my shed, and I have it running purely on waste engine oil, motor oil, and I have it solely, no fan assisted, nothing. So what you see is purely atmospheric. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, so what we've got is it's pulling air from that bottom compartment that goes up through the burner unit, and then makes this happen. So I've already shown that at the start of this video, and it's burning really well. It's beginning to come up. It's running probably, I don't know, 10-15 minutes, and it's beginning to radiate a bit of heat now, and plenty of it. So I'm going to open it up. Now when I open this, we lose all the pressure inside. So what happens is to burn, it needs to suck in air from outside, and I have it so that it has to suck that air in through those holes in that burn chamber, and that mixes the gases and all the rest, and it helps with combustion. When I open that door, we lose all of that. We have purely air going in through the door space, and it won't, for the most part, go through those little holes, and we won't get a mix. So I think you can probably hear the roar of it. Not that it's a roar, but you can hear it burning away. And the noise changes considerably when I open the door. There'll be less noise from it. So here we go. Now I've no handles on this yet. Okay, so that's what's going on in there. This is a car brake disc. There's the burn unit, and the oil's coming in. So look, you can see smoke coming out of the side of it there. So there's no negative pressure in there at all. So when I close this, okay. So now we've got hot air rising and pulling in the cold air for combustion through those holes. So it works really, really well, but it only works as a sealed unit. If you open the door, it doesn't work, and that's the way I set it up. But that little burn unit is very, very easy to make. You could make something like that in 10 minutes with just a biscuit tin, dog food tin, and off you go, and try it for yourself. The hard part then is making something with a couple of chambers in it that's relatively airtight. Now, I haven't put any fiberglass rope in this area, you know, around the edge of the door, and I will do that. I need to get a bit more steel and some rope and some rope glue and all of that. But for now, it's burning really well. Great shop heater. I know it looks a bit funny, but anyway, it just did it for sport. But you could run this setup in any propane tank type conversion, or as you will have seen at this stage in previous videos, I've even converted this stove here, this little cast iron stove, to run with this type of burner. I had it running with an Ozert burner as well before, thanks to Ozert in Australia. Yeah, so that was about 3 years ago I had that going. So, and now we've kind of progressed a little bit to an in-stove unit. It's a handy little setup. I'm not saying it's the best setup in the world, but it's easy to make, and this thing is radiating a serious amount of heat. So if I can find my my torch or my infrared thermometer, no, I'm not sure if it can show up. So what do we do? Okay, so that's degrees centigrade. I'll put it on Fahrenheit in a minute. 456 centigrade at the top. So I saw 500 there for a minute. Okay, so that's 492 around the sides and stuff. Okay, I'd say the flue is fairly hot. Cooling down as it goes up. Okay, so well, that's it. Actually, before I close out, let me see if we can do it. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it. You can just about see over here, a little skinny thread, like that's the oil feed in. At that rate, under a gallon an hour now. Of free motor oil, waste motor oil, and it's throwing out a savage amount of heat. This is, as I said loads of times, it's uninsulated shed I have. Covered in oil stains now. I did say a couple of years ago I was going to paint the floor. That's on my to-do list, with 2,000 or 3,000 other things. So yeah, for the most part, it's a fairly clean burn. And as I said, if I want, let's see if we can get the laser going on this. Yeah. If you can see where the laser is there, so where that elbow is, that's an air intake for the oil line, for the oil feed. So that's the oil line going down the middle of it, that's the oil line in, and that's the air feed. It also protects the oil line as it goes down to burn. But if I add air to that, I can change the combustion setup completely within the stove, and definitely make it clean. Now I have another choice with this type of stove. Down here, if it can do it, can you see it? Yeah, in there, just at the bottom of my burn unit. If I add a blower to that as well, again I can change the combustion characteristics and make it burn clean. So I mean, it's very tolerant. If I was using a jet to feed this thing, it would be surely clogged with the way I've been putting oil in. I haven't filtered it, not at all. There's lumps and everything gone into that bucket. So okay, maybe next time I'll filter it. I'm not saying that's a good thing, but anyway, this is getting hotter. It's over 500 degrees at the top there. Can you see the beam? You can. So I don't know where I got that. 480. But it's radiating a huge amount of heat, and it's rising. 566. Okay, and that's 515. Okay, right, so this one, it's not a button I can press really. They buried the centigrade and Fahrenheit button in under the handle. So here we go, Fahrenheit now. Okay, so that's 987 Fahrenheit. about 69, so it's up, heading up on 1,000 degrees there, and I've no doubt that it's going to hit that. It's dark here now, so there's no point in me bringing you out and show you the smoke situation. There won't be an awful lot, if any. The hotter it gets, the cleaner it burns, you know. In this stove, that's actually stove glass I have where the eyes and the mouth is. I'm not sure if I've described it. It's too hot for me to go near it now anyway and show you the inside of it. But in the next video, when I get some paint. And that's about it for this little Minion for today. It's still rising in temperature, I can feel it here now. Look, that's Fahrenheit. So it's gone to 1,001 degree. It's just savage heat out of it. And it looks something as well, you know, so it's a talking point in the shop. You know, someone comes in, what's that? I went mad. Alright, so look, I think there's nothing more I can say really about the video, in this video. So, just quick demo of what's going on before I go. That's the oil feed, down that line, through a gate valve, down into the unit, and that's it. It couldn't be easier. There are many different ways of dropping oil in. Actually, it's getting fairly hot. You can see it down on the bottom where it did smoke up the glass a little bit. It's now cleaning its own glass because of the heat. So I need to keep the flames away from the glass a bit. But you can see, like, there's a savage heat out of it. And what is it? It's only a propane tank and a burning waste oil. I showed how to build a burner unit. Burner unit costs you less than $10. You can't weld. Somebody will make some. You know, you could pay somebody to weld that together very quickly and very cheaply. Okay, so that's it. Look, if you enjoyed this video, why you would I don't know. So if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe, share, all that stuff. And I'm trying to grow the channel, so you know. See you in the next video. And that's it. Signing out. Bye bye.